Hi everyone, this is Swati from Indiahikes and you're watching Trek with Swati. Today we're discussing the difficulty level of the Gidara Bugyal Trek. Now many trekkers make a mistake here. They read the name Gidara Bugyal, they see Bugyal, which means meadows, in the name of the trek, and they think, okay, this is going to be a walk in the park. But they cannot be more mistaken, because Gidara Bugyal is a high altitude meadow. Yes, it is an alpine meadow at around 13,500 feet. But it is not easy to get to the meadow. That is where the difficulty lies. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what makes this trek difficult and how you must prepare. There are a couple of things that make the Gidara Bugyal Trek challenging, which is why we even mark it as a moderate difficult trek. First is the altitude. Now this trek climbs up to an altitude of 13,900 feet, and compared to most other Himalayan treks, this is a fairly high altitude that you have to be prepared for. On the other hand, it not only climbs to such a high altitude, it also hovers at a very high altitude for many days together, because right from day one you are actually climbing up to around 10,500 feet, more than that actually, and for 5 days you're hovering at altitudes above that. So being at 10,500 or 11,000 feet for 5 days is no joke. So that itself is challenging on this trek, because once you get to such high altitudes, you're in the alpine zone, you're not in the tree line anymore, and it is going to be sunny, it is going to be snowy, you're going to be exposed to all weather, and you're going to be exposed to lower oxygen levels. So that is not easy in any way. Now along with these high altitudes come steep ascents and steep descents, and this happens right on day one on the Gidara Bugyal Trek, because on the very first day you're climbing from Bhangeli, your base camp, all the way up to your first campsite, and that's a 3,000 foot ascent. This is by no means an easy climb. It is through a very beautiful forest, but it is a continuous ascent that you will be doing. And most trekkers right on day one, they know whether they are fit enough to do Gidara Bugyal Trek or not, because they are tested pretty well on the first day of the trek. After that, the second and third day are not very difficult. There are some small tricky sections like a stream crossing or maybe a very deep shrubbery that you're trekking in, or the trails are not very well defined. These are all something you can tackle with good fitness and agility in your legs. The most challenging day of the trek is the day you climb to Gidara Bugyal. So that is a very long day where you're starting early in the morning and trekking almost for 10-11 hours continuously. This is one of the most rewarding days, because it's the day you're going to Gidara Bugyal. You're actually seeing the meadows that you have gone there for, and you're going to be doing this beautiful rich climb. If you ask me, it is probably the best trekking day that you'll ever do in your life, but it does test your endurance quite a bit, because it's a long day and you're hovering at that 13,000 feet altitude all day. So that is something you must be prepared for. Apart from these, there are not really any difficulties. There might be a few snow patches in June, and it gets very cold if you're going in autumn, so you must be prepared for that. Now, how do you prepare for this trek? Two things. One is focus on your cardiovascular endurance, and second is focus on strengthening your muscles. So for cardiovascular endurance, we recommend running, because it works on the same muscles that you use while trekking. So we suggest that you target a distance of 5 kilometers and cover it in 32 minutes. So you will need to start preparing at least 2 months in advance to be able to reach this target. If you can do 5 kilometers in 32 minutes, you will be able to do the Gidara Bugyal Trek comfortably. So make sure you reach this target and have a consistency to it. It can't be like you do it once and then that's it. You have to be able to do it week on week before you do the trek, and that's when you'll be able to trek comfortably. Second is your muscle strengthening. So you will be trekking, you'll be ascending, you'll be carrying your backpack, you'll be maybe doing some bit of rock climbing and things like that. So you will need to have good upper body strength and your core strength as well. So make sure you do some planks and some squats. These will really help you strengthen your muscles. So just these two things, if you do consistently, you will be able to trek Gidara Bugyal comfortably, and if you do that, it's going to be one of the best trek experiences of your life. So let me know if you have any other questions. Just drop in a comment below or write to me on tws@indiahikes.com. We are constantly making videos from the trekking world, and I don't want you to miss on any of these. And I notice most people forget to subscribe to the channel. So subscribe so that you're up to date with all the videos that we are putting together, and also hit the bell icon to be notified when a new video comes out. We'll be back with more soon. I'm Swati from Indiahikes, and you're watching Trek with Swati.